Hello all, it's Blair and welcome to Blair's Books. My name is Blair and this is my new book channel and this is my first book review on this channel. Next to my books, and until I get a tripod, this is the angle I'm at, so yeah. So today I'm going to be reviewing Confess by Colleen Hoover. I have no idea if this is going to focus, but that's what it looks like. Confess is a story about a girl named Auburn, and she lives in Texas, and she's actually from Portland. Our two protagonists, the boy and the girl, they alternate chapters, but she moved to Texas, and she's in need of work, and she passes by an art studio called Confess. And you put your confessions in, and that inspires the artist to create work. And it is such a trip. It's young adults, and I thought it was really good. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So I start kind of reviewing my books while I'm reading them, and I wrote down in my little notes that there were so many open-ended questions, like I didn't know the answer to. But once you get to the end, all your questions are answered. The age level for this book, I found after I finished it. I wanted to go see what other work Colleen Hoover had, like maybe Someday and Hopeless and all those things. I didn't really know what they were called. Are there sequels? What's happening there? And they had the age groups on there, and apparently Confess is for 18 and up, or it's recommended, and I was like, oops, because I'm 16, and I completely understand why it's 18 and up. There are a couple sex scenes. I've gone through sex scenes in books before, like not like bad, you know what I'm saying, just kind of like uncomfortable in YA, and this book, I felt like it was actually needed for the story. The way Colleen Hoover wrote it was tastefully done. It wasn't overkill with like vocabulary or anything like that, but you could tell what they were doing, but not in an uncomfortable way, unless you're completely not for sex scenes in books. But I felt like it was important for the story, and that doesn't make me like a perv or anything. That is the story. That's a part of life, and I found it interesting that the way she wrote it. And I'm a Christian, and I believe that I should save myself for marriage, and I don't have a promise ring, but that's what I'm gonna do. But that doesn't mean that I can't read stories in which they don't do that. And that's kind of a part of living in a world with different religions and stuff. You have to be able to accept that people are different. Getting a little serious here, but yes, that's it for the non-spoilery section. 4 to 5 stars. If you want a intense book that changes and you don't expect anything, but it's not mystery, then definitely check this out. If you like contemporary YA, very good. Or isn't it new adult? I think new adult is like 18 and up or something, but definitely check it out. It's very good. But if you're uncomfortable with what I was explaining, then maybe wait till you're a little bit older. And yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. When you're done reading the book, you can come back and watch this. Thank you. Okay, now for the spoils. Now I do have some footage of me being halfway through this book, but check this out. Oh my gosh! Oh, spoiler section for this. Oh my gosh! I just got at the part where Trey was in his apartment and I can't believe it! He's such a bad guy! I didn't expect this! Owen and... I'm reading like 4 books right now. Owen and Auburn deserve to be together, and Trey is a big... Can't believe it. Even Nina can't believe it. Right, Nina? Okay, so our girl is Auburn and our boy is Owen. And Owen, at the beginning for me, seemed like a douche. Just complete douche pants. He seemed like a player and all these things. And once I got into the story, I realized how much of a good man he was. And that really interested me, how it evolved and how you changed your mind just like Auburn did. When I found out that she was a teen mom, I was like, okay, I'm done. Really? Are you kidding me? Because like, we've seen this story so many times in TV, and I was like, really, we're going there? That's gonna happen? It felt like overkill, like really. When I got farther in and kept reading, I realized how much I liked that story. I actually really thought that was cool, how she was fighting for her son. And I mean, I was like, what the heck? What the literal heck? That came out of nowhere. But it's explained, and the way that she paced the novel was so interesting because like you were like, wait, what about this? And then the next chapter, oh, right. Obviously, I should have guessed that. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what this is because I listened to the audiobook, but when she and Owen are gonna hang out at his studio and she's like, oh, I need to shower first. Like he was like, give me the weekend. And they get there and everything's like, we find out she's a teen mom, all this stuff. I was like, I just want them to go back to his apartment. Go back to the studio, please. Now, I listened to the audiobook, so I cannot tell you my favorite quote because I felt like lazy. So, I'm going to tell you my top 3 favorite parts. The first one was the one night. You know what I'm talking about if you've read it. You know what I'm saying? They do the diddly-hoo. Again, I'm going to say I'm not the one for the diddly-hoo scenes, but I felt like it was eye-opening to the fact of how much they loved each other, and they didn't know it yet, but they love each other. So I felt like it was important to the story, and how it really drew the line to the difference between Trey, the dickhole, and Owen, really cool, nice guy who deserves to be AJ's parental father figure. Okay. This is my absolute favorite part. At the end, when she jumps into his arms, I was like, finally they can be together. There's no doubt at all, because they finally have AJ and they finally have everything, and it's like so perfect, and I just love it. And I like how it ends there for the present story and then it goes back 5 years. I thought that was so cool. Like, yes, I understand it now. And my third part, which isn't my top favorite, I think my favorite is when she jumps into his arms, but I felt like was important, was the shower scene. I felt it was interesting, and like he was just showing her how much he loved her. I liked how it was so random that he was talking about sandwiches while they're standing in the shower. A really important key point of this story was the assault, and I was terrified for her, and you know, I get sucked into the story where I become the character, and it was interesting. I didn't feel like her at this point in the story. I felt like I was reading about Auburn. It's really terrifying how that turned so violent so quickly. And I saw it coming. Like, at the beginning when Trey walks in and it's her brother-in-law, I was like, man, this is gonna be a bad guy. Actually, I didn't know that until like halfway through, but I mean, I think that he's not a good guy. I hate him. What I kind of didn't understand, which I think was part of why I docked it a star, was I didn't understand how they went into the tent when they first got it, and it was like, boom, trust this guy. He's in my apartment, in my tent, and I completely trust him. She was letting him cradle her and touch her face, and I was like, you just met the guy. And you know, this is where it comes in, where it's like kind of like fantasy. You accept that there's, you know, gods who can control water and stuff. Like, you accept that, and that's kind of a thing for contemporary. You have to accept that this is not a real story, and this probably won't happen in real life. I mean, maybe it does. I found it really cute when we were at the 5 years earlier, and I was like, wow, I think that Owen, like, at the beginning of the novel, I was like, Owen's a creepy weirdo who just invited a girl into his apartment, and it's weird, what is happening, I don't get it. And he's like, she doesn't know I've met her before. I was like, creepy. But then at the end we're like, oh, he was waiting for his fate. Auburn. So cute. I thought that was so adorable. And it all came together and perfect. I think the theme we can take from this book is don't lie. Don't like sit there and not tell the person you've been waiting for 4 years that your dad's a druggie and you took the blame because you're a good son. Like, you don't just not tell her that, because then she'll be like, oh, I want to go be with the man who's going to assault me in the future. That's what you got to take from it. Don't lie. Because I know that you'll have confessions. But are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really, Owen? That's what went through my mind. So, yes, that is my review of this book, Confess by Colleen Hoover. If you liked it, comment below, like and subscribe. And if you haven't read it, you just got spoiled a lot, but that's okay, because now you have to go read it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my new book channel. So much excitement, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!